For that we alive. Some people didn't get a chance to make it to today. I am. I'm so happy that you look forward to it though. So happy. Yeah, man, some people didn't make it. Before we get started here, let me share this feed, guys. And not this morning. Okay. We'll look forward to it some other morning. Let me share this feed, then we'll get started. You know, first and foremost, man, I want to say rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. Definitely someone that I feel like was such a great person, and I need to speak on him this morning. We've watched him become such a great influence. And it's unfortunate that now in his loss that we get a chance to kind of feel his impact. I hate that part of it. But in a way, let me say this. In a way, I feel like I'm happy because they immortalized him. They truly immortalized that man. And unfortunately, if you gotta die, if you gotta go, I'm sure he would rather that. I'm sure he would rather be immortalized and thought of in the light that he will be thought of. Guys, I put out a post yesterday, and it was simple. It's they kill kings. They kill kings. Ever since I can remember, I'm talking about from young, we've been watching them kill kings. You know, they don't give us a chance to die in our sleep peacefully when we have vision, when we have honor amongst our people, when we are forward thinking and for our communities. They don't give us a chance to die in our sleep. They kill us. And you know, it's sad that I gotta say this, but this is the way I like my leaders. I like my leaders to go like this. You know, I don't, you know, if the bigger the impact, the bigger the sacrifice. Fucked up, but the bigger the impact, the bigger the sacrifice. The more and more people that you affect, the more and more dangerous you become. It's the way it goes. And I just feel like I identified with this man so much. I feel like I understood this man. And what's really killing me is the fact that I understand him more now. I understand him more now that they killed him. Right? Because from someone that used rap as a platform like he did, and someone that loves business and entrepreneurship like he did, someone that loves this community, loved his community like he did, even down to him opening up a store in his hood like he did. I did the same thing. I understood all that. I understood his movement. I understood everything that he had going, and I was waiting for it to flourish, even down to the things that he spoke about in his music. I understood that. I identified with that. And the way that they treated him, and the way that they was able to gun him down in his hood so easily. Unfortunately, I identified with that. You know, so I just think, man, that it's time that we look at what they do to us when we put on that pedestal, because it's such a great sacrifice. You know, a lot of times, man, when you live in it, we don't give enough respect to the person that's actually living it. You know, we know about some of the things that he was doing that was so great, so powerful. He even spoke to us about it. You can look back at previous interviews, and you can see that he was passionate about it, and you can see that he was worried about these things. He even said it. I listened to the interviews last night. He said if they killed, this is behind the Dr. CB documentary that he was putting together. He said if they kill me about it, I want y'all to ride. How do you say that? You don't get an eerie feeling When a man says that, there's nothing more plain and simple. There's nothing more plain and simple than that, man. They kill kings. And, you know, hopefully we find out later on, you know, exactly what happened and things of that nature. But either way it go, it should have not have happened in his neighborhood where he didn't grew up, where he's giving back to his community. There's no way that you should be able to take that man down so easily in his own neighborhood. No way. Like, and I don't want to hear about all this tough talk no more, man. That's over with. That's over with. It's like all these affiliations, all this, man, but you can't protect. You can't protect in his own neighborhood. What is this, you know, what are we doing? Too often this is the same story, man. Shinks Drugs, rest in peace. In his own neighborhood, right in Queens. Someone that I knew personally. Stack Bundles, rest in peace. In his own neighborhood, someone that I knew personally. You know, we can go on. We can go on, man, with so many others. But the idea is this man was on his way to make a greater impact. And we know that. I just identify personally with that, man. You know. So, you know, it's always a great morning as is, right? But it's always a great morning, but I just want to take some time out, man, and make sure that we give that a proper thought in our head, man. Because, you know, I know the day's gonna go on. I know that everybody's gonna go on and the day is gonna be the day. But let's take some time, man, and just make sure, man, that we understand that they kill kings. They kill kings. And each and every time that they do it, it numbs us in such a way where it kind of makes us want to be unsuccessful. It makes us want to be more ignorant. And we got to stop that. You know, unfortunately, man, this is the sacrifices you make when you choose this path. When you choose a righteous one. But, you know, the way I see it, let's just make sure that we put some respect on the king's name. When a man chooses that path and he has to be assassinated the way that this man was assassinated, because that's all it is, it's just assassination. You know, no other way to put that. There's no simpler way to put that. He didn't pass away, he didn't die, none of that. He was assassinated. 6 times in your own neighborhood, yeah, they came for your head, bro. I hate that, man. I really do. I hate that, but proper respects to him. Proper respects to him, man, and I hope his neighborhood at least, man, sees the impact that he made, and I hope that they hold that man up. I hope the world holds that man up. Hold that man up. You know, we got to talk about him in proper light. We just have to. You know, I don't want to talk about our leaders that aren't, you know, like, I love Al Sharpton, but they ain't kill him yet. And why? Why haven't they killed that man yet? You know, I'm not gonna throw around names and you know, bring this bad energy and throw around this bad negative light, but I want to speak the truth. And as a leader of this community, we know what happens to the leaders of this community. Leaders of this community have to die behind it. No, matter of fact, it's not die. It's get assassinated. That's how that goes. They can make it look and feel any type of way they want to, but that's the way it has to go. You know. But you know, guys, man, like, to put a positive spin on it, right? Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, man. And you'll always be a king, brother. And we got the music, and we listening. You know, when you go back and you listen now to his music, some real gems in there, some real things he said in there, and you got to grasp that. You got to get that, and I appreciate him for that. I really do. You know. Great morning, though, man. I'm on my way into Brooklyn, New York. I did not want to not spend any time with you guys, even though I got a late start. We're going to try to get started right between 7:30 and 8:30 every morning, by the way. Yeah, truth. Yeah. I appreciate that. I think so. I think that we cannot overlook. We cannot overlook that in our community. That's what our kings is. Unfortunately, man. Unfortunately, this is, that's what our kings do. Our kings got to lay down. And we just got to make sure, man, that we hold them up when they do that. Because Lord knows if I listen to the man interviews, if I listen to the man talk, he knew it and he was cool with it. He knew his times was coming and he was cool with it. And he even, he didn't think it was going to be so soon. He thought he had more time to do it. But he was cool with it. He was somebody that was from it already. So, he had been so close to it, and he had, when you come from an extreme, and this is why I love us. When you come from that certain type of extreme and you make it out, you can't wait to go back and get some more people. You can't wait to go back and reach back and let people know, like, nah, man, it's better. There's a better way. There's a better way. Watch. Let me show you. Right? But the problem is that when you come back to do that, you get a lot of people, man, that just, it's crazy for them. Because they watching you and you didn't, you're too far out of reach, but you're standing right there. You're standing right there. You're just right there. And they know you out of here. They know you shouldn't be standing there. They even impressed like how you standing there without security. They even impressed by that. Like, man, like, he a real dude. He out here. Like, of course he is. That's where he came from. Why wouldn't he be? I identify with this man too well, man. And it hurts. And it hurts, man. So I definitely wanted to make sure, man, I speak on that. There's a lot more I could say, man, but what else? How I'm going to start your day off with a great morning, man, speaking about death. Right? Speaking about a man who was assassinated. But, to put a positive spin on it, just know that man was a king. Just know that man needs us to hold his name at a high regard. Nowadays, they want to put this bad presence around us, right? Especially once we've done something so great. They want to tear us down. We can't listen to that right now. We can't hear that right now. Don't let them reduce him to being a gangster, a gangbanger, a crip, or none of that. Don't let them reduce him to none of that. He bigger than all that. He bigger than all that. So when you speak about him, speak his name in a high regard. In my post, I brought him up amongst the likes of Malcolm X. I brought him up amongst the likes of Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, so many others, man, that I feel like were just assassinated. And there's others that it's in question whether or not they were assassinated, right? Like Dr. Sebi. I really, we all know what that man did, and we all know that these freak accidents and when they happen and who they happen to. We know that shit ain't. Come on, man. We're not going for anything, are we? We're not going for just anything, are we? Don't let them reduce him. Don't let them reduce him. They killed him. And he was killed for a reason. There's no way. The man wasn't in the streets no more. That man was not in the streets no more. He wasn't in the streets no more. He was someone that was trying to help the streets out. That's a very big difference. Very big difference. But, you know, at the same token, as long as we lift his name up, as long as we give him proper respect, you know, he'll live forever. And you know, not for nothing, but that means a lot to me. That means a lot to me, because this culture that we live in, this culture that we create for ourselves, we got our own economy in it. And yes, the money's good. You know, there aren't too many benefits though to it. It's just, you know, but the real kings, they just give everything. They just give everything. They give everything. And then sometimes you know, you get a chance to reap the benefits while you're here. But it's sad, man, because most of them don't. Most of us don't.